Sacrifice is an issue that cannot be overlooked when discussing true love. It is often stated that true love requires sacrifice. But what is true sacrifice? When we love someone, we want to make that person happy. Otherwise, it is not love. It is nothing more than self-pleasure. There was a kind and innocent woman. Her lover was very poor. Her lover did very well in his studies. She wanted to support him and help him achieve his full potential. So she went out to work at her bar and earned some money. She covered all her expenses, including her lover's allowance and school fees. In this way, her lover successfully graduated from college and entered a large company with outstanding grades. But at some point, her lover began to move away from her. Eventually, he broke up with her and moved on to another woman. Despite all the sacrifices she made to support him, the only thing she received in return was bitter pain. Why did this tragedy occur? It was because of her excessive obsession. Obsession binds the other person. Although her lover does not tell her, she implicitly feels that her life, freedom, is being restricted due to her excessive obsession, and she wants to escape from such constraints. Moreover, she was so obsessed with him that there was no tension or leveliness between them. True love is when two independent individuals always maintain freshness, tension, and vitality in a free situation. Her lover was literally bored. This is why their love ended in disaster. So, how can we know true sacrifice? True sacrifice is not accompanied by deprivation or anger. True sacrifice brings reward and joy. There is no pain because the sacrifice is not based on obsession. Although it takes physical and mental energy, it does not create feelings of deprivation, anger, or self-loathing. Because it is unconditional love. Because you truly love, the sacrifice is no longer a sacrifice. Because you truly enjoy it, there is no pain involved. A sacrifice made because one likes orphans, builds an orphanage, feeds them, educates them, and enjoys helping them go out into society and live a full life is not a sacrifice. Because it is unconditional love, it does not matter if the orphans do not give anything in return. Because doing the work itself is a joy, he does not feel deprived or angry, even if he receives nothing in return. A woman who loses her husband at an early age often feels this sense of deprivation or anger when she sacrifices her entire life for her children. She says she sacrifices herself for her children. But it's just deceiving herself. To truly love her children, she must learn to love her own life first. Because she felt deprived or angry. There is something mothers often say at such times. Mom has sacrificed my whole life for you guys. How can you do this to me? If you have lost your husband, it doesn't matter whether you choose to remarry or live alone. It's entirely up to you. Opt for a path that will make both you and your children happy. That is moderation, harmony, and love. This is the way to truly love yourself. However, if that is not the case and you abandon all your children for your own happiness and go into the arms of another man, that is not love. It is nothing more than a selfish act only for ego. Such a woman cannot feel the joy and satisfaction in her heart wherever she goes. The extent to which you can love others is proportional to the extent to which you love yourself. If you do something and you think it's a sacrifice, it's because it's not something you truly love. In such a case, if no reward is given to you, you will unconsciously develop feelings of self-loathing, deprivation, and anger. So, stop doing that right now, and do what you truly love. Then, you will be able to make true sacrifices. We must learn to love ourselves first. If you don't know how to love yourself, you will deceive yourself by sacrificing yourself and doing things you don't like. Doing something like that will only cause you pain. That is not what we truly want in our lives. If it was something we truly wanted in our lives, even though it may be a bit challenging for the body and mind, our inner hearts would feel true joy and reward. That joy and reward are proof of true sacrifice. So Jesus also said, "Love your neighbor as yourself." He told us not to love our neighbors more than ourselves, but to love them as ourselves. He said to love others as you love yourself. In the end, the extent to which we can truly love others is proportional to the extent to which we love ourselves. If you look at it that way, the most important thing in true love is truly loving yourself, and whether one's actions are truly loving or not can be judged by whether one's life, unconsciousness truly feels joy and fulfillment or not.